It's slowly happening. What is slowly happening? Persona 3 is getting me hooked. Let's break it down a bit. On the first 2 weeks, I struggled with Persona 3 Reload. And if you want to know everything I hated, well, go look at those other videos in this series of analysis and reflection on my Saturday's Persona streams. Those things I hated are still there. Junpei is still alive, despite all my fervent desires that he meets an untimely and grisly demise. The social link rewards are lackluster, and there's a lot of wasted space in waiting for the next story beat. But despite that, I got into a groove. I was getting more and more interested in what the next day on the calendar could bring. I spoke of this before. The reason I enjoy Persona 5 more is that there's a clear goal to work towards, and once you clear it, you have all the freedom to do, well, just about everything in your own time. At some point, I started having the same feeling of freedom in Persona 3, which in the previous weeks I didn't have. This time around, however, I knew going in that a Tartarus exploration would hit a dead end, and that likely I would end up leveling up a fair bit on the way there. I knew the floors I had available were limited, the border floor, that checkpoint, was fast approaching. And once I got there, I found myself having the same sense of freedom I experienced with Persona 5. I had cleared Tartarus for this section of the story, and so I had all the time in the world to just do other stuff until the night of the full moon. Weirdly enough, I also felt this in the days preceding to my Tartarus exploration. In fact, I put the exploration off for about a week or so in-game. I had other things I wanted to take care of. There were websites and guides you can check out in the dorms, come and BC to improve your stats, and unlock vendor options that I wanted to take care of. I subscribed to a restaurant's membership through one of these, or found out that a vending machine sells some useful items despite listing them as sold out. I was changing the world around me, adding new bits and pieces to interact with. But the real hook, the real star of the show, were the social link stories. I was genuinely interested in finding out what happened next. Not for all of them. My body Tomochika, the man of the food, the drip, the clothing style, and the undying love for a member of the faculty, well, I left him in a ditch somewhere. But I was very interested in the stories of the track team. With Kazushi, the track star with the blown-out knee who just refuses to rest and recover. The student council in Odagiri, the self-righteous disciplinarian that for some reason sees you as a kindred spirit. Yuko, the manager of the track team, our outings and the mean girls bullying her. The little girl Maiko, middle schooler desperate for some attention amidst a messy home life. And of course, the lovable and dear to my heart Bunkichi and Mitsuko, the elderly couple running a bookstore. These stories are the thing that grabbed me and would not let go. On the track team side, I was almost shouting at the screen for Kazushi to rest, recover, otherwise he risked permanent injury, which the game makes very plain. His mother booked an appointment for him with a doctor and they confirmed he had inflamed tendon and ligaments, and if he kept going, he would render himself unable to even walk. We even see him have a moment where he kneels to fix his shoelaces and then can't get back up. But his little cousin is in a wheelchair and refuses to do any physical therapy because it hurts. So Kazushi made a promise with him. He'll win everything and become #1 in the national competitions, and if he does so, then his cousin will bear with it and work on himself. But I was limited by what Persona 3 allowed me to say. I wanted to scare him straight, to tell him that if he keeps this up and doesn't rest, that he would be joining his cousin as they both have to do painful rehab together. What I hate about this the most is that the character where I'm playing is so passive in all this. Like, I can't just tell him, buddy, you're gonna destroy your knee. You're gonna end up joining your nephew in that rehab.
Yuko has good instincts when it comes to... Tell her to come.
That story is ongoing, and I need to know where it's headed. Will he blow out his knee fully? Or will he take it easy? Will he recover? Will somebody speak some sense into this kid? Even with the track team, Yuko was next, and I just love her attitude. Laid back but serious, and when finding yet another prank or bullying attempt, she just scoffs it off, saying it used to bother her, but now she just doesn't care. She's not giving them her time and energy. Hell, you run into the mean girls who have some relationship drama from back in their days in middle school, and they do their damnedest to get under her skin, and she just shrugs it off nonchalantly with a very, yeah, sure, whatever attitude that puts them off the entire thing. It's delightful. And then you spend time with her coaching some kids so they can be better runners and beat older kids in a race so they can reclaim their play area. It starts out with bullying and then becomes thoroughly wholesome. I'm sure the bullying aspect will rear its head again, but I'm confident that Yuko will handle it without much issue.
All right, let's do this.
That's pretty
Come here
nice.
for a second. You need to pump your arms more. And don't lift your legs so high, or you might pull a muscle. Come on, give it a try. You just gotta believe in yourself.
Woohoo! Check this out. Wow, Kenshan, you're so fast.
Oh, that's adorable.
Hey, big sis, you should be our coach.
Aw, a real sucker when kids look at me that way. But I've never tried coaching before. What do you think I should do?
Hell yes. I'll give it a go.
Really think I should?
Come on, please. Please.
Well, it isn't a decision to make lightly. All right, I'll be your coach. But I'm not gonna go easy on you guys. And no one's allowed to quit halfway either. Got it?
Got it, Coach Yuko.
Then there's Michael, the little girl. I won't lie, this social link makes me uncomfortable. It's wholesome, just helping this little girl have some fun and unwind while her parents are going through what sounds like a very messy divorce. But first, her tarot arcana is the Hanged, which already is a bit creepy when you're dealing with a 12-year-old. Even though it makes sense given what the card is supposed to represent, a need to shift perspective, or inverted, representing resistance to change, which is very much what she's going through. Her world is shifting and she doesn't want that to happen, but also, her parents suck and have not had the proper conversations with her because this kid, like many others that I've seen, at least in fiction, has convinced herself that her parents don't love her anymore, that the end of their relationship means an end of their relationship with her as well, which isn't true. But if no one talks to her and reassures her, that's what you get. But still, the image of the Hanged associated with a 12-year-old is weird. And then there's Stripey, a weird dude that looks like a crack addict and has the kind of look in his eye towards the little girl that in my eyes should have put him on a register. He's creepy and eerie. And I know it's not gonna be a straight-up creeper. I don't think Persona 3 is going to go to such a dark place, but still, the dude gives me the heebie-jeebies. Same with Oragiri in the student council. He has an evil look on his face at all times, and he's self-righteous and considers so many people to just be beneath him, or sees everyone that's made mistakes or acted out as people that should not be part of society. They should be removed. Not only that, but in his pursuit of what he considers the right way, he has no issues with falsely accusing people, making up evidence, or anything else he needs to do to get what he wants. He's a very bad cop, basically. I'm just waiting for his downfall. It's coming, I know it. I had the opportunity of telling him, hey, you've crossed the line. And I'm genuinely looking forward to his comeuppance. Maybe redemption, but mostly just the comeuppance. This guy looks like he's about to hit Oragiri. Knock it off!
God. Don't think I'll just let you get.
Oh, what is it?
You went a little overboard.
You think so?
Yeah.
Some people will lie and stab you in the back without hesitation if it benefits them. People like that are a menace to society. Should we tolerate that kind of behavior?
Who's talking about
Do
betraying?
something about it.
This dude has issues.
I know what people think of me. Then again, those who fight for justice have always butted heads with others. History speaks for itself.
Oh, you're self-righteous. Go.
So let
Fun.
my actions serve as a warning to other offenders.
And then we come to the elderly couple. They're sweet and give you gifts and appreciate your time spending it with them, but they're also heartbreaking. Bunkichi, the husband, is very much senile, and his memory is going more and more. He forgets what he was doing 5 minutes earlier, and even forgets that their son has already passed away, or that his wife has developed a severe aversion to cars and driving because of what happened to their child, who was run over by a drunk driver. It's really sad to see this loving, kind old gentleman just slip away for moments at a time. There's also something relating to that persimmon tree at the school. There's a link there to them, possibly to their son, that I've yet to figure out, but I'm really interested in doing so. Of all the social links, I want these two to have a happy ending more than anyone else. I lost all my grandparents, 2 of them before I was a teenager, and my grandpa on my mother's side before I reached adulthood, with only my grandmother surviving until just a few years ago, and we had to experience her slipping away with dementia. The Bunkichi situation resonates with me in a way that I didn't expect it to, and it's made me remember the good times with my grandma. She and I had a bit of contentious relationship at times, but you don't really know how much you love someone until you don't see them again. Mind you, during the stream I'm okay, but looking back at all that I saw, I kept drawing parallels, and well, it got me. It's still getting me if you hear it in my voice. I want their story to have a happy ending more than anything else. But it wasn't just the side stories that I played through. There was also some main story, which wasn't all that interesting, to be honest. We got a new party member, whose ability is detection. So she's the new guide support party member, and she's got a broken ability. With a push of a button, she can reveal an enemy's weaknesses, and it's a shame that this ability is introduced and showcased heavily with the second full moon boss, whose special mechanic is that they can shift their elemental alignments, which becomes instantly trivial with the introduction of this character. I will say though, the Phantom designs are improving. They're getting much more creative, but as bosses for the story, they continue to be extremely lackluster. I did enjoy the aspect of the story that the victims this time around were all the bullies harassing our new party member. It made me think that maybe she was the villain of this particular arc. Maybe her persona went rampant, the dark part of her personality driven to madness through trauma and stress and the bullying she suffered. But it wasn't. On the other hand, the idea that the bullies locked her up in the gym and that she was transported to Tartarus along with the rest of the school, that I liked. Especially that she avoided the danger very well using her new ability. It was a perfect introduction to the character, but I'm not fully sold on her yet. She's too passive, apologizes for everything, and seems to like everything from self-esteem to a backbone. But there's still time for her to change my mind. I will say one thing though. I am certain, without a shadow of a doubt, that the chairman, the dude with the awful puns, and mind you, I like puns, but his are atrocious, but this guy, I know he's the main villain. He has to be the main villain. He is just too shady. His actions are dubious, and when we really need him, like during the second full moon, he's nowhere to be found. Plus, when no one's around, he drops lines like he's Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat movie.
It has begun!
So I don't trust him in the least. Looking forward to the game proving me right. Next Saturday, I'm playing until the next full moon, and hopefully things pick up even more, and those social links continue to deliver. I hope you'll join me. See you then.